Hey everyone, and welcome. You know, our world is just constantly changing. Think about a planet orbiting the sun, or even the wild ups and downs of the stock market. But have you ever wondered how we can actually model that change, and maybe even predict what's going to happen next? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful tools for doing exactly that, MATLAB's ordinary differential equation solvers.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to start with the why, what I like to call the recipe for change that's behind all of this. Then, we'll get introduced to MATLAB's awesome solver squad, and we'll meet its star player. After that, I'll walk you through a super simple 3-step process to get you started. And finally, we'll get into the strategy, how to choose the perfect tool for any job.
All right, first things first. Before we can even talk about the tools, we've got to understand the problem they're built to solve. So what exactly is this recipe for change?
I mean, think about it. Let's say you want to predict the path of a swinging pendulum, or maybe the population growth of some species. How would you even begin to do that? You can't just know where it is right now. You need to know the rule book, the physics that dictates its very next move, from one tiny moment to the next.
And that, right there, is where ordinary differential equations, or ODEs, come into play. Honestly, the absolute best way to think about an ODE is as a recipe for change. It's literally the mathematical language we use to write down the rules for any system that's in motion. It tells us how its state right now determines its state in the very next instant.
Okay, but here's the catch. Writing down the recipe, that can actually be pretty easy. But calculating the outcome, stepping through millions of tiny moments to see where you end up, forget about doing that by hand. The math just explodes in complexity way too fast. So we've got the rules, but we have no way to see where they lead. And that's the big problem we need to solve. So, if a pen and paper just won't cut it, what will? Well, we need to upgrade. We need power tools. And that's where we get to meet MATLAB's incredible solver squad. You see, MATLAB doesn't just hand you a single hammer and wish you good luck. No way. It gives you this entire toolbox, a whole team of specialized solvers. Each one has its own unique strengths, ready to tackle all kinds of different problems, from the really simple ones to the ridiculously complex.
So, with this whole squad of solvers, where in the world do you start? Simple. You start with the team captain, the MVP, the go-to all-star. Let's get to know ode45.
And this is truly the best way to frame it. Think of ode45 as your Swiss Army knife. It's incredibly versatile, it's reliable, and it can handle a huge range of common problems with amazing speed and accuracy. For most things you'll ever encounter, it's not just a good choice, it's the best choice. So your number one rule should be always start here.
Okay, enough with the analogies. How do we actually use this thing? Well, the great news is it's a wonderfully simple 3-step process. Let's walk through it right now.
Step 1. You gotta define your function. This is where you translate that recipe for change into a language that MATLAB can actually read. You're basically just creating a little file that tells the solver, hey, given the current time and state, this is exactly how things are changing right now. Step 2. Set your conditions. The solver needs some context, right? And that means 2 things. First, the time span. Are you running this simulation for 10 seconds or 10 years? And second, the initial state. Where is everything starting from? A pendulum needs a starting angle. A chemical reaction needs initial concentration. And finally, we get to step 3, which is by far the easiest part. You just call the solver. You take the function you wrote in step 1, the conditions from step 2, you hand them all over to ODE45, and you just let it do all the heavy lifting for you. And here's what it looks like when it all comes together in one beautiful line of code. You call ODE45, and you give it your function, your time span, and your starting point. And what does it give you back? It gives you t, which is all the time points, and y, which is the state of your system at every one of those points. It's that simple. Inputs go in, the solution comes out.
Okay, so ode45 sounds pretty perfect, right? I mean, it's our Swiss Army knife. So why do all those other solvers in the squad even exist? Well, it's because sometimes even a Swiss Army knife isn't the absolute perfect tool for a very specific job. Let's see when you might need to reach for something else.
And the biggest reason boils down to one word: stiffness. See, most problems are what we call non-stiff. They change smoothly, pretty predictably. But every now and then you run into a stiff problem. Just imagine a chemical reaction that's chugging along really slowly for minutes, and then, boom, something suddenly combusts in a microsecond. That huge difference in timescales is stiffness, and it can make a solver like ode45 take millions of teeny-tiny, inefficient steps, which makes it incredibly slow.
And that brings us to this super handy cheat sheet. Think of this as your game plan. you always start with ODE45, no exceptions. Now, if you need a solution like right now and you're okay with it being a little less precise, ODE23 can be a good choice. But, and this is the big one, if you run ODE45 and it is just crawling, taking forever, that's your big red flag. That's a huge hint that your problem might be stiff. And that's your signal to switch over to a specialized tool like ODE15S.
And there you have it. We've gone from the fundamental problem to the tools and, most importantly, the strategy for how to use them. You now have the playbook to take a system that's changing over time, describe it with some math, and then use MATLAB to watch it all unfold. The power to model change is literally at your fingertips now. So, the only question left is, what are you going to explore first?